I was his only friend, but my kindness was a carefully constructed facade for his unwitting exploitation. I'm 18F, and while I took ASL lessons in high school, I'd never actually had a deaf friend until now. This year, I started college, and there's a deaf-mute person in my class. He uses an interpreter during lessons. While everyone in class was nice to him, no one really made an effort to get to know him or truly befriend him, so he wasn't very close with anyone. I'm not judging them for that. Honestly, if I hadn't already taken ASL in high school, I probably wouldn't have learned it just for him either. But once I told him I knew some ASL and started signing with him, we naturally grew close. Since September, I've been signing with him almost daily, and my ASL skills have improved so much. About a week ago, he suggested I start taking ASL lessons again. I jokingly signed, "That's what you're for." It was absolutely a joke. I even laughed right after I signed it. But maybe my signing was off, I'm not sure, because he took it seriously and got offended. I immediately apologized and explained it was just a joke. He said he understood and even apologized for getting upset in the first place. He was a bit distant for a couple of days afterward, but he eventually got over it and we're completely fine now. Today, however, one of my other friends noticed Nolan and I had been a bit distant lately and asked if everything was all right. I told him we'd had a little fight, adding, "But don't worry, we're completely fine now." But for some reason, he wouldn't let it go. First, he made a few jokes like, "There's some truth in every joke," which I tried to laugh off. But then he said something like, "I knew you wouldn't hang with a guy like him for no reason." I was like, "Excuse me?" I told him that was an incredibly rude thing to say, and he just doubled down, claiming it was the truth. I called him out for being a bigoted asshole and an ableist. That must have really gotten under his skin because he snapped back, saying I was not one to talk, that I was worse than him, and that I was taking advantage of a disabled guy and using him for my own benefit. Am I the asshole? This story makes us ask, when does a desire for personal growth, like practicing a new skill, blur the line into using someone, and how much does intent truly matter in these connections?